It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Thursday, the 29th of May. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather will stay wet at times today and tomorrow, and then a very refreshing air mass change just in time for the weekend. Here's a look at the upper air pattern early this morning. And pretty much the same setup we've had here for days. We have an upper low that's north of the state across the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, and down here we have that disturbed southwest flow aloft. And little waves come along from time to time, producing rain like this. A big, massive rain across Alabama this morning. Got a couple of thunderstorms involved, but basically this is just good old-fashioned rain to start the day. Got a few thunderstorms in the Gulf waters just offshore, off the Florida Panhandle. And really, I think for most of Alabama, the better chance of rain today will be during the morning hours. And probably the same thing tomorrow. We are generally in the 60s and low 70s to start the day. Temperatures around 70 in most locations. Highs in the 70s for a pretty good chunk of the state today because of clouds and rain. Here's the watch warning map around the nation. Very quiet. Got a few patches of fog around, but again, no problems to start the day. And again, like recent days, we have this broad risk of severe storms across the southern states. And mostly it's a low-end marginal risk. And for Alabama, that's a level 1 out of level 5 risk for much of the state. And like recent days, there could be a storm with some small hail and gusty winds, but the overall severe weather threat is very low. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow, although there's a level 2 out of 5 risk over southeast Alabama. No chance of tornadoes, but this is with a cold front pushing through. So we have a little trigger for heavier storms tomorrow. And as you can see, the better chance of those stronger storms by afternoon will be shifting down into South Alabama. And then on day 3, no thunder, no rain for Saturday. Got a marginal risk on the mid-Atlantic coast and over parts of South Texas. Rain for the next 7 days, valid through Thursday morning of next week. About 1/2 inch for the northern half of the state, around 1 inch for the southern counties. So let's break it down day by day. Model fans. This is the GFS. This is the 06C run, 4 o'clock today. That upper low to the north kind of stretching out from the Great Plains to the Great Lakes. And again, we'll have rain around today, but really the better chance of rain should be this morning. We'll check the high-resolution HER model, HRRR. High-resolution rapid refresh. This is valid this evening at 6 o'clock, and you can see there's just not much out there at 6 o'clock. A few scattered storms over southeast Alabama, and that's about it. So if you need to do something outside today, a better chance will be after the lunch hour. So tomorrow we have a surface front that will be approaching and coming through. This is the high-resolution HER, valid tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And you can see a band of thunderstorms along the front south of Montgomery, south of US 80. So for the northern half of the state, the better chance of rain tomorrow, kind of like today, during the morning hours. And then by afternoon, the better chance of showers and storms shifting down into South Alabama. And a pretty good surge of dry air comes in here just in time for the weekend. This is Saturday. No rain, humidity values down. Many North Alabama communities will start the day in the 50s. The high Saturday will be in the low 80s in most spots. A really nice day. And really the same thing on Sunday. Lows in the low 60s. The high Sunday will be in the low to mid 80s. And most of the state will be dry. Monday looks relatively dry. Temperatures start to creep up as a ridge begins to build. Highs up in the middle 80s. And then for Tuesday and Wednesday, on both days, evidence will kind of get into a summer pattern, which means the chance of scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. Not as widespread as the rain we've seen this week, but scattered showers and storms, most likely during the peak of the daytime heating process, and highs getting in the mid to upper 80s. And a week from today, this is Thursday, June 5th, we have ridging in place all across the southern states. And again, a summer-like deal. Very warm, muggy. A few spots could see a shower or storm, highs 87 to 90. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out. This is Saturday, June the 7th. Ridge a little weaker with a short wave and evidence we could see a few showers around that weekend of maybe June 7th and June 8th. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham. This is coming off the European ensemble. And on these charts, you typically want to look for that green line. That's the mean of the ensemble members. European has about 50 ensemble members, and the mean, it's a little over 3 inches between now and the 13th of June. Temperatures coming off the NBM National Blend of Models, an ensemble approach. Look at that high today of 75. That's pretty remarkable for late May. Listen, we can be just baking in late May with highs way up in the 90s. We got 78 tomorrow. Saturday morning, 58 with that drier air mass. And then next week, highs getting up into the upper 80s with lows close to 70 as we get the muggies back. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for June 5th through June 11th. Temperatures above average with the ridge. Hey, look here. Fort Morgan yesterday. That's on the Mobile base side. A water spout. And you know the deal. I think everybody in the nation has witnessed a water spout in person except for me. As old as I am, never seen one in person. In fact, I was actually at Gulf Shores this past Saturday. We were out on a boat in the Gulf, and there were some showers and storms around deep down inside. I was really hoping to see one, but it didn't happen. Look at the little horizontal vortices on this thing. That's pretty cool. But again, this was about 6:30 yesterday. And it was seen by many, many people since about 80% of Alabama is down at the Gulf now that school is out. So real quickly, a lot of chatter about this, the dust coming off the deserts of Africa, the Saharan air layer. And again, this is very common. Some of this stuff I'm seeing on social media, that they act as though this is unusual. It's not. From time to time, these big plumes of dust will come off the African continent and come all the way across the Atlantic into the Gulf, and sometimes it gets up into the southeastern United States, and it doesn't really affect anything in terms of sensible weather for people here. The good thing is that it typically tends to mitigate tropical storm or hurricane formation. The hurricane season begins on June 1st, which is Sunday, and it can make for some very vibrant sunsets and sunrises. Because of the way the light is scattered. So again, you can see a pretty good plume is coming off the African continent here. And again, concerning hurricane season, it's quiet. And of course, already, these knuckleheads are these rogue Facebook pages, and mostly these are kids that they've learned how to find model maps, and all they do is search for maps out there at 360 hours that show, big hurricanes in the Gulf, and they throw it out there, and hey, look at here, and they're shared thousands and thousands of times, and literally people have canceled vacations because of what some nitwit posted on Facebook, these long-range model maps. And of course, at some point, we're going to have hurricanes and tropical storms. And, at some point, you keep posting long-range maps. Of course, they'll claim they got it before the Hurricane Center. But it's bad. They use fear to gain engagement, and if you watch these videos, you know that, but you might remind your friends to stay away from that stuff. But that'll do it this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video update here by about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And as always, we invite you to watch us on the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.